welcome to Nina Cucina. In today's cooking class, I'm going to teach you how to make my orange scented carrot soup with mango. This is just spicy and delicious. So we're going to start by mixing up some spices. I've got about a half a teaspoon of white pepper, a quarter of a teaspoon of ground cloves, a whole teaspoon of turmeric. Now, turmeric is very, very good for you. It is the yellow in curry, and it's very anti-inflammatory. And we've got a couple of teaspoons of nice, warm cinnamon. I'm just gonna give those a little whisk together. I found this baby whisk someplace, and I just love it. I use it all the time. Get all those stirred together, and I'm just gonna place it right next to my stove. That's where we're going to use it. I've got about a pound of nice fresh carrots that are organic, and we're just going to chop them into big chunks. Right next to the stove it goes. I've got a couple of medium onions that I've pre-chopped. And now we're going to start with the mango. Now I'm going to show you how to attack this guy. They're actually really, really easy to take apart. But when people look at these things, they say, what am I going to do with that? And there's a big pit in the middle. So this is how you handle it. Just place the mango on its end right on your work surface. Get a good grip and slide your knife right down the side of the pit. And you'll have one side. Turn it and do the exact same thing. And you'll be able to feel that pit with your knife. This is a nice, pretty, ripe one. You can just see a little bit of pit right there. You're going to do the same thing on the skinny side of the pit, just so we don't waste any of that delicious sweet mango. And there you have it. The pit is all clean and into the garbage it goes. All we're going to do is run your knife right along the skin, and you've got nice chunks of mango. Now, for the bigger pieces, I'm going to run my knife lengthways and then crossways. You can make your chunks as big or as small as you'd like. Not pretty? I'm just going to start cutting them off. I love the flavor of mango with carrot, paired with those wonderful spices. Now I'm just going to pop this into a prep bowl. Now I'm just going to set this bowl aside because the mango goes in absolutely last. So let's go over the stove and start cooking soup. I've preheated my pot over high heat, and I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil, a couple of teaspoons, and in go my onions. Now that's the sound you're looking for. Next go in the carrots. They're just wonderful. They are bright orange. Now once your onions are just a little bit opaque, add your spice mix. Just smells absolutely delicious. Warm and spicy and comforting. Now, I'm going to add about 7 cups of vegetable broth. Now, I make my own vegetable broth every time that I go to the farmer's market, and I just freeze it in big quart containers. You may certainly use an organic store-bought. Give this a little bit of stir, and I'm going to cover it, let it come to a boil, and simmer it for about 20 minutes. It's that simple. My soup has been simmering for a good 20 minutes. So I'm just going to now transfer it to a bowl. So I'm just going to turn off the heat and bring it right over to my work surface. Now, as you can see, this soup is boiling hot. I just want to pour it into a bowl. I like transferring it because it will cool faster. And I ultimately want to puree it either in the blender or in the food processor, whichever you prefer you can do. But I like having it cool enough to handle. It's dangerous this way. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it in the refrigerator until it's cooled off. Now my soup has just come out of the refrigerator and it's nice and cool. So we're going to start pureeing it in the food processor. See how well I can scoop this in. It's a nice big bowl. Just carefully, carefully. Now I think from here I can pour it, pouring away from myself so that I don't splatter myself too badly. Lock down the lid, and I'm going to start on low speed. Oh, it just looks perfect. Now, just going to release the bowl, be very careful. I'm going to put my finger right in the center to hold down the blade so it doesn't go plop into the pot. And I'm going to just pour away from myself once again, pour that soup right back into the pot. I'm just going to add a cup of freshly squeezed orange juice. Please don't use pasteurized juice in this. It does have a different flavor. Plus, pasteurized juice is already cooked, and you want to add raw ingredients to a dish that you're cooking. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of orange extract. That's about a capful. Give that a little stir. I'm just going to add about a half a teaspoon of sea salt. And last but certainly not least, the mango. So I'm going to turn this off and show you how I like to serve it. Now when I serve soup, I like putting together just something a little special for whomever I'm serving it to, even if it's just for me. I always like taking a nice, pretty, colorful napkin and putting it underneath my bowl. And I like using clear bowls so you can see the soup, especially when it's a really pretty color like this soup. It's nice and hot and steamy, and it just smells fabulous. I love this soup. It's so pretty, and it's so nutritious. And the flavors are just outstanding. And now maybe just a touch of green right on top. Now, yum. Nice warm spices in a hot soup with sweet carrots and tropical mango. It is just the best. This is a really good lunch.